Good morning, everyone. My name is Vugar Usi. I'm the Chief Operating Officer of Bitget, and I know that you guys are building very cool stuff, and we are been very lucky working with the Solana Super Team across the globe. And finally, we stepped the foot to the North America, and we've been done a great projects together in Middle East and Southeast Asia for last two and a half years. And before I jump into the presentation, we will also have an announcement of some winners and some free money we're gonna rain. Uh, but I wanted to give you a little bit overview what we do, who we are. I'm sure you guys know we are a big exchange. We've been around for 6.5 years. Today, we proudly serve almost 120 million people globally. And while doing all this journey, we've been actively investing to the ventures. We have several investing arms. We do a lot of non-string attached investments through the $10 million fund we have that I'm going to talk about today. But we also have $100 million in Power X fund that we've been actively investing, and our minimum check is around 250, and then it goes up to $30 million. We've done $30 million investment to Ton Foundation. We did almost $10 million to the Morph Layer 2. We invested $30 million to Bitget wallet, and today it's called Bitget wallet. It is the 60 million user base, one of the most loved wallets out there. Therefore, if you are looking for a bigger check, bigger money, bigger funding, then hit me up. But if you are still small and building, then I want to explain you and show you two giving back kind of a moment for us at Bitget. We have two great initiatives. One is called Blockchain for Youth, and the other called Blockchain for Her. Blockchain for Her is $10 million initiative exclusively for women and female founders. If you are building something that you are really passionate about, this fund will give you an access to money, but also to the mentorship and the full cycle support by the other female leaders who built multi-million-dollar businesses. And Blockchain for Youth is my own baby. I've been working on it for 2 years now, and our idea is to bring more talent to the industry. But before I jump on to explaining what we do and why we do, little bit about who we are. As I mentioned, we are the world's second largest crypto exchange. We serve 100 million customers. We move around $20 billion every day. Last quarter, we had around $2 trillion trading volume, and we are the number one copy trading platform with more than 200,000 traders in our backup. And I think what makes us one of the great places, especially if you're gonna build a project that has tokens and token offering, then I am sure all of you will face this important challenge in your entrepreneurial journey, finding a right exchange to list your token, which makes Bitget one of the greatest places to be, because we are a very fancy, very strict place to be listed, and being listed on Bitget can definitely bump the offering price, but also bring a huge trading volume. And I also teaching a class on the tokenomics at UCLA, and this is one of the big challenges when you build your venture, how to build the right tokenomics in order to make sure that you succeed. While in our entrepreneurial journey, we believe that it's important to believe in your idea, to build, and then to become. And in order to facilitate that, we partner with more than 70 universities globally in the blockchain for use idea. And this machine became a great place to nurture the talent and bring new talent to the industry. I remember I myself, when I was at university, these big consultancies will come and try to pitch their idea to recruit the talent. This is exactly the idea got inspired us to go and try to recruit the brightest minds right before they kind of go to the job market, because for many still crypto is not the easy place to start with. People don't know where to begin or where to end, and I think that gives us added value that we are doing this great initiative for entire industry. And it's not limited only to the tech talent or like a computer science majors. We did a great training ground, for example, in Turkey with the journalism students to help them to understand how to write a better content about the crypto, that they don't get stuck with the story of a guy who put $100 to a meme coin, became a rich overnight, but actually can focus on a real impactful ventures. We work a lot with the marketing majors that they can build a great campaigns and ideas around the community building. And over 2 years, we had thousands and thousands of the participants with many initiatives, especially if you are connected, because we are now in scouting for the partner universities across the Canada. You can definitely help us, and our impact within this ecosystem goes far beyond just a classroom activities. We do a lot from the campus campaigns to hackathons. We try to build a great initiatives together with the students. And I always given this example of the avalanche that been nurtured and developed at Cornell. It means the universities are one of the greatest places to develop a next big project, and that's how we are trying to partner with the young minds. And eventually, we also offer a lot of scholarships to the students who are doing a research around the blockchain technologies, or professors who are writing a book around that topic. The idea why I want to bring this up, because I know that Solana Super Team kind of has its own network of the young and talented students, and I think it's a great place to start. We recently done a very successful collaboration with a university in Croatia, because one of the students actually got interested, and he eventually, after 2 years, the university now has a blockchain course that they're teaching, and there are four students who did their master thesis around the blockchain technologies. And it all started by some student getting a small prize in hackathon through the blockchain for use idea. I already touched like the campus lecture that we continuously do, and we develop the academic courses. Our CEO Gracie Chen is next semester. She'll be teaching a course at Hong Kong University. I did two courses at the UCLA with the quantitative mathematics and also econ department. And our idea is that we should bring the education to the universities, even though I know most of us believe that college is not as important, and there are so many brilliant people and entrepreneurs that who never went to school. They're like 16, 17 years they develop, but still we all need a super talent to accelerate, especially in the next stage of your entrepreneurial journey. When you are in search of a good CEO, a good CMO, you will definitely have that need. Therefore, we want to develop a talent that is available and can increase the market. We do countless hackathons. At the moment, there are at least 10 active hackathons happening across the world. And usually these hackathons are not limited by the geography or a region. Any of you can definitely apply the hackathons. And the great part about our hackathons and prizes is that while we call them investments, they're actually no string attached, because we don't want to, I don't know, get any shares or tokens. Usually it is like a one-time payment that we give to the developers, because we understand that usually your first, your second, your third venture might not be successful, but we want to support entrepreneurs in their entrepreneurial spirit and give the funding in hopes that at some point they can actually build something really big. And while we are talking about the scholarship, we already signed with several universities. One of them is the university in Zurich that will offer a scholarship for the blockchain summer school and get the blockchain education for the team members. I already mentioned about our initiative of blockchain for her. I think this is one of the fast track for the women, because we still need more women in our industry. There are only almost like slightly more than 6% of all the raised funds are raised by women in our industry. It's still a very male dominated area. And as a company who is run by a female CEO, Gracie Chen herself, we take a huge pride on importance of having a female leadership, and the blockchain for her is one of the projects that we are moving forward strongly. We've been doing a lot of pitch competitions. We call them pitch and slay. I think this is a very fun way of engaging the female leaders, and we've been strongly developing and investing. We did recently multi-million-dollar investment also Morph, the layer two that is run by the Cecilia Chen. She's another very successful entrepreneur, and this is our kind of one of the goals. Whenever we try to invest, we are looking at the companies that boards that are having the female representation, because economically, when there's women, the funds are spent much better and efficiency is much greater. And I think it's very important to focus on the success having the female entrepreneurs. So far with blockchain for her, we had 9 events. We had more than 3,000 participants, and only this year we already did more than $50,000 worth investment, and we are looking forward to do more and more. And we have a beautiful cycle of this investment and the entire blockchain for idea, because this idea is not just about we do you pitch as an idea and we do a small investment, but we actually have an alumni group, and we also do the mentor matching program. We match the female leaders with the current CEOs and the founders of the large companies, and we have our a lot of the award ceremonies, because we also believe the recognition is very important within the industry. And among our ambassadors, I already talked about Gracie and Cecilia. We definitely have the Tess from Tess Ventures, one of our greatest friends, and I think she's around in North America somewhere. And of course, the Yevgenia is another great person, and all four women together, they've been mentoring a lot of young startuppers around the world. And if you know a good, a brilliant woman, definitely suggest for our blockchain for her awards. We've been looking around in the industry and distributing awards to people who actually do an impact. We have a great names like Alona from the Being Crypto, who has a huge, she built a huge media company herself, and we've been recognizing more and more brilliant women across our industry. And I think what we are trying to do with both blockchain for use and blockchain for her is to not only just give back in terms of the corporate social responsibility, but we want to build the next generation and turn our industry into a powerhouse where we can facilitate the entire journey. Whether you are starting as a student from the university or you are a founder, you'll be able to kind of come and reshape your idea with us through our hackathons and mentorship program. And eventually, if you become really, really big, you'll still have an access to our $100 million Empower X fund, that you can get more funding, and eventually you can build your project, list your token on Bitget, and get this like a full cycle assistance throughout your entrepreneurial journey. And we are very hopeful that we can create, nurture, and develop the next generation of cool projects, whether you are building a layer one, I don't know, layer two, or even launching a meme project. And I think that's the beauty of our industry, that in every step you can definitely get an access to the funds and access to the talent. And there are companies like us who want to support the entrepreneurs in every aspect of their journey. And as I mentioned, like we are very much focused also in supporting women and LGBTQI communities, because I think we need more and more representation. Definitely, let's create together. And I know that we had a great campaign, and I wanted to announce some of our winners. I'm sure they're like watching us online. We had a competition, and we've been giving around 10 awards, starting from the first place of the $1,000 worth award given to Stream Quentin for the social media video that got more than 3,000 views and 92 likes. Then we have Tiamu, who got $800 worth of a prize. It is OX Crypto Oracle. The handle got around 4.3 thousand views and 190 likes. And then we have Harry. It is It's Me Harry. The video got around 2,700 views and $500 prize. And then all the rest, everyone gets $200 worth of airdrop from us in USDT, I believe. It is Oko submission. It is Sunday submission, Sunday Niemika. And then there is AJ, which is Louis Melo. And then there is Vanilli. It is Baby Bambas. It's a very cool handle. It is Jay Joan, and then it is the Web3 Freak. And lastly, we have a Medium article by Chiros Roberts. Congratulations to everyone who won. And definitely, if you have an idea you want to pitch, here is our email. You can just drop your pitch. And good part is that you don't have to even wait for any cycle. Either we can match you directly to one of the available hackathons, or we can evaluate the project in itself and do a good funding altogether. Thank you very much. Yes.
I'm almost in education, and I'm giving my students like homework for blockchain. But what is your experience in how the audience is receiving the blockchain content, or what kind of questions are you getting? Do you see any difficulties or any challenges?
Honestly, every course that we deliver is more of like tailored to the audience, rather than being a generic course on like open-ended questions, because most of our academic programs are with the idea of how we can bring the next generation of a talent. For example, with what we do with UCLA Econ department is we are looking at the tokenomics, and the idea is that to develop the next generation of mathematicians who can economists who can build a great tokenomics. With the marketing team, we just look into the case studies of how to do a great marketing. For example, La Liga Business School, we look at the sports and entertainment marketing for the crypto companies and how to build a community focusing on onboarding Web2 to Web3. Therefore, every aspect we do is more of a tailor to certain professional skill, rather than just discussing the general overview of an industry, whether it is like it's less of a generic training and more of a specific like a zoom in and action. That's been so far more successful than going to a campus and doing a general training. Yes.
For hackathons and for builders in general, what verticals or what types of projects are you guys excited about in general?
Generally, we are definitely excited about anything about infrastructure or technological solutions, but we've also seen a lot of cool small groups, I don't know, from Southeast Asia, who could successfully launch a meme project that built a community. Therefore, we never limit that, oh, you can do this or you can't do that. But ideally, I think we need more and more infrastructure solutions than anything else.
And as far as access to United States, when do you guys have that on the horizon anytime soon?
As long as there is a legal frame. At this point, we don't serve any US customers. We are observing what's going to happen with the market. But if they introduce a better legislation, why not? It's a very exciting market to be at. But we all know what happened to previously. Therefore, we never looked into that market.
So not something that you guys are working on?
At this moment, no. Until they come up with a better legal frame, then we can consider. Cool. Any more questions? If not, then thank you very much, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Do you know how to stop it?
Yes. Thanks, everyone.